Welcome everybody, welcome back to Homestead Heart. And today, y'all saw the title of the video. This is getting ridiculous. This is getting outrageous. We got something coming for you, Nina. Our Nina girl right here. Her and Buck right there. We're gonna take them some pine needles in. They actually love pine. Mr. H is bringing them some. They love pine. It's a natural dewormer for the goats, right? Most goats, I think all goats love pine needles. Zeke has his, and now we're just bringing some in for Nina and Buck, and they truly enjoy eating these pine needles. In fact, Nina tries to run Buck away because she feels like she's the only one supposed to get it. Oh, here comes Mr. H right now. So we're gonna take some pine needles into Nina and Buck right here. I think Zeke has some, right, Mr. H? Yeah, Zeke has some, Mr. H, right?
Oh, he did, huh?
Yeah. So we're going to take this in to Nina. Look, here they come. Here she comes right now. She's like, is this for me? Is this for me? I'm going to take it all the way in. Is this for me? Is this for me? Oh, sugar suckle now. I'm going to open this up so Mr. H can get it inside. And we're going to take these in for... Oh, I'll grab the other one. Ugh. We'll give that one to Zeke.
Okay.
But we're taking these in to them, you all. Both of them enjoy eating the pine needles. They're like, is this for us?
Yeah.
Y'all treat us so good.
Yeah.
I put one up here for Nina. She ran Buck off, so they can't be together because she runs him away. He cannot. Where he at?
Over here.
Oh, he's trying to get to the other one.
Here you go, Buck.
He's trying to get to the other one. Look. What a nice tweet. What a nice tweet from me. Can I sit on your stand? You make such a mess of it. Okay, I ain't gotta sit on your stand. She's like, oh, here we go. Get her away. But anyway, you all, we are talking today about these attacks are happening more and more. Can you get it? Can you reach it? You got it. You can do it. Nina, don't bother him. He's not bothering you.
She said, Mama come first.
But you got yours over here, though. That's right. Come on over here, Buck. You got some over. You can get those up there. Yeah, you can get those up there if you want them.
Go ahead and get it.
But anyway, you all, we're talking about the fact that these attacks are happening more and more and more. You all, you saw the video. It's not some form of clickbait. This is actually happening. You all remember I told you all a story about one of our neighbors lives about 7 miles, 7 or 8 miles, I think it is, away from us. And she was coming out of her house. And her car is parked a distance away from her front door, right? And as she came out, when she got between the house and the door, she said coyotes came out of the woods. They were out there and they started kind of growling like they were about to attack us. And one of our dogs literally came out of the woods out of nowhere, stepped in and started attacking them, and they ran off into the woods. Now, remember I said, I've never known coyotes to try to attack a person. I'm thinking that they were wild dogs somewhere, just a pack of dogs. Well, y'all, I was wrong. They were indeed coyotes. Once more, Mr. H, when he was coming out,
Yeah.
he was outside early one morning,
Yeah.
right?
I was on the property early one morning.
And I mean very early.
And I heard something in the brush, kind of like in a ditch, kind of like area.
Because it's like a little drop.
A little drop.
Mm-hmm.
I heard something growling. I couldn't figure out what it was, but it kept getting stronger and stronger, like it was getting ready to just come, because it was just growling strong and stronger and stronger. And I knew it wasn't a fox.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't a fox.
It sounded too big for that.
Yeah.
Bigger.
And with the limited lighting the area that I was in, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
You know, and so Tamu came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Once again, Tamu came charging down. I don't know how did he know exactly where we was, and he ran it off.
Just took off after it.
Yeah, he ran it off.
And he was gone just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was gone. Whatever it was, he went after it.
Yeah, and this was like 7 months ago or so.
Yeah, yeah.
7 months.
And we never did see what it was. But that brings us like back to like, and now really like, you got to be careful now when you're going out like before dawn, when it's really dark early in the morning. You got to be careful because you don't know what's around you, right? And this was actually before we had fenced off the area that he's talking about. It didn't have a fence at that time.
Yes.
So so it wasn't fenced at that time where he was. And so now it's fenced now, but still, you still got to be careful.
You got to be careful.
Now that brings us to what we're talking about, which is we were watching on, I want to say it was, one of them was on the news and another one was just a recent social media post where on the news, a coyote tried to drag this man's child away.
Yes.
It was not in the woods somewhere. It didn't even look like they were in the country. It looked like they were in the suburbs. Yeah.
It was in the suburbs.
And, you know, like he had just taken his child. I'm sorry about the camera shaking. Like he had just taken his child out of the car.
Yeah.
Like it could have been like a 2 or 3 year old child, right? Little bitty something. Like he had just taken it out of the car and he was still looked like he was getting something out of the car. And a coyote literally is dragging his child.
Yeah. So what he did, he picked up a bottle. He picked his child up.
Yeah.
Kicked at the coyote and threw a bottle at it.
To run it off.
And the coyote was still standing there like, you know.
Yeah, like if I get another chance, I'm finna come back and try to get it again, you know?
These coyotes.
So I stand corrected. These animals will attack you. And so many of you posted in the comment section of that previous video saying, no, they will. They will attack you. We've seen it. Some of you have shared your stories with us via email, even saying, no, this happened. You know, this will happen, you know. And so I'm telling you, I stand corrected. I did not realize it at first, but now I do. And then even here in a recent social media post, there was a raccoon, and that raccoon was bigger than Jackson.
Yeah.
It was huge, and it was attacking this woman's child.
Yeah.
Guess where they was? At the front door of their house.
Right at the front door.
This child was trying to get in her house from school, and this raccoon came and was attacking this woman's child. Hey, Pinguini, attacking this woman's child at the front door. This mother literally came running out the door and saw it, and she reached down and snatched the raccoon, literally had the raccoon by the neck.
Yeah.
And literally picked it up and pulled it away from her child to give her child a chance to get in there. Ow, ow, ow. He's climbing up my pants. Pinguini. Dude.
He always coming where we at.
Your claws hurt, man. Woo, Lord have mercy. Thinking about that raccoon, I'm glad that child, the child could have been maybe like 10 years old. Don't you climb back up my pants now. And 10 years old and had on jeans, and that kind of protected your child's skin from the raccoon biting and attacking at it. Here he come again. He is not gonna stop.
He wanna be
He's
famous.
like, oh no, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
Okay, just don't climb up.
Okay, I got it. Okay.
I don't
Go
want
ahead.
him to climb up my leg.
Okay, I got him. He just want to be held.
He
That's all.
wants some attention, that's all. So you all, I'm telling you, these attacks, they are happening. They are definitely happening. So when you're coming out of your house, if you're in the country, you already kind of know. You know, if you're living in a rural area, you already kind of know, like, to be careful. Just in case you don't know, I'm trying to share with you to
Yeah.
be very careful out there.
Yeah.
But don't think because you in the suburbs, don't think because you live in a community, you know, in a neighborhood that oh no, he coming. Don't think because
Figure that one
Penguin is
out.
like, oh, I'm coming back. I ain't scared. Don't you know my name?
Can't get rid of this little.
Can't get rid of Penguin. But in any case, you can give him to me. Because he ain't
okay right now.
he ain't gonna stop trying to come. He always just wanna be right here. We hear you purring. We hear you.
Yeah.
But y'all don't think just because you you want to get down.
Yeah.
Just don't climb up my leg, Penguini. You are disrupting our video, Penguini. We trying to have a serious conversation here.
Okay. Okay, so.
But in any case, you all, the thing is, don't think because you live in the suburbs that this won't happen. These animals are coming more and more. Why? Because they're hungry. Another reason why is because you got to remember all these brand new subdivisions.
And they cutting down all the trees.
They cut down all them trees. That was probably once their home.
Yes.
And they're cutting all this stuff down just to build some houses in a brand new subdivision in the middle of nowhere. And then when these animals want to come back to where they are used to living, they come to your door now.
Yeah.
So you all be careful, be mindful. You know, these coyotes are getting braver and braver and braver.
Yeah.
They coming right to your door.
I even talked to, like the sheriff, a couple of sheriff officers, and they just mentioned that they can hear him at nighttime.
Sure can. They sure did.
You can hear him.
They sure did.
They described the sound. And I was like, I didn't know those was coyotes. He said, yeah, that's why you hear dogs barking all times of night, because it's plenty of coyotes.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah, you got to be careful. In fact, in the pasture next to us, they are always over there.
Yeah.
They are always over there. And at any given opportunity, if they can isolate one of the young calves, they will isolate that calf and attack it and kill it and eat it. They've done it before, like so many times they've done it over there. And we know that that's what they're doing, because you could see the dead calf on the ground ripped apart. Sometimes Grizz and Moo will bring home a whole leg, you see. And so these things are happening right around us, and we know it's a ton of them. But we want you all to stay on alert and know that these animals are coming closer and closer and closer to our front doors.
Yeah.
Okay?
So what I do when I gotta, check something at nighttime or do something outside, I always make sure that I have lighting and something with me to help me in case they try to
attack.
Yes.
Right.
So, yeah, that's the best thing to do.
Right.
Especially, like lighting, you gotta see.
And then kind of keep watch on the little ones too. Like if you're letting them out early, or if they're out in the evening playing. And actually, I can't say it was late when the child was coming home from school. It didn't look late to me.
Just imagine with small dogs, though. I know, I'm pretty sure.
Even your small pets, because coyotes will try to grab them too, So just be mindful. You all be aware, be alert. These animal attacks are happening more and more and more, and you do not want to be the victim of one.
No,
okay?
You don't. And just thinking about safety, on even a fox. You don't know if a rabid fox would try to, get out of line, do something. Raccoons
and I wonder if that raccoon was rabid, because that raccoon was literally at the front door.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
literally at the front door. The child was up against her front door fighting
Ooh.
off a raccoon, and this raccoon was massive. I mean, this thing
Yeah.
was huge.
Just imagine these predators are looking at small children, babies,
Yeah,
anything that they see an easy target.
yeah.
Old elderly people, like
They
the
see
old elderly
prey.
man that
Well,
he
that was the dogs. That was wild dogs.
that was wild dogs.
Yeah, that was wild dogs that did that, you know.
Yeah.
But you
Mm.
all, we just got to stay on alert, right?
Yeah.
And you know, again, just because you live in the suburbs, if you living in a place that used to be home to some of these animals, you got to be careful. And think about like people who live in different regions of this country. Some people have to deal with bobcats. We have bobcats in
Ooh.
our area. Some
Yeah.
people have to, they're not as, we don't have as many of them as we do coyotes, but
Yeah.
some people have to deal with bobcats. Some people have to deal with mountain lions. Some people have to
Ooh.
deal with bears. Some
Oh,
people
man.
have to deal with moose. I saw a video of a moose and a man coming out of his house with his two dogs. And then
Mm.
all of a sudden he heard the growling. I thought it was a bear.
And it
That
was a
sounded,
moose.
but it was this big moose that
Mm.
came out of nowhere. And he had to literally yell to get him and his two dogs back in the house, you know.
Yeah.
So depending on where you live, you know, that would probably determine what kind of animals you got to always be on the lookout for.
Especially
So,
like areas like Colorado, mountain
oh
areas. I'm pretty
man,
sure,
yeah,
mountain lions in
Tennessee,
Northern
you know,
California.
any place where you have mountainous regions, you're gonna have animals like that may live in the mountains. But if you live in the mountains too, then you gotta always be careful, you know.
Yeah.
So but that's gonna do it for this video. We just wanted to bring that topic to you today. And we would love to hear like your experiences. If you have experienced this or you know somebody that has, share that story in the comment section below, because that'll just kind of help everybody to remain vigilant, to kind of stay on guard when coming out of their houses, and not take for granted, like that you're just automatically going to be safe
Yeah.
when you walk out of your front door or your back door. You gotta be careful, because these animals are coming closer and closer now.
Yeah.
Closer
and,
and
and I was
closer.
thinking like they would at least, be more aggressive at night, but these attacks was
In
in
the
the day.
daytime,
In the daytime, y'all.
it was like bright in the day.
Yeah.
It wasn't like almost dark. It was bright
Right in the
day. Yeah. So y'all just be careful.
Yeah.
Y'all just be careful and be aware that these things are happening more and more and more. And if you're in your neighborhood and you driving by and you see an animal like that, go ahead and call your local wildlife department. Whether it's if you don't know who to call, you can call animal control, and they can call the necessary offices that would probably handle the type of animal that you're seeing. Because an average animal control person that come out for dogs and cats, they may not come out for mountain lions. They may not come out for mountain lions. They got to call somebody else for that, right?
Yeah.
So if you see that, go ahead and report it, because although you were not in any immediate danger, somebody could be.
Yeah.
So report what you see. And if you have a rabid animal in your area, you definitely want to notify people of that. Because even in our area, we had some rabid
raccoons
that were going around attacking people. This was like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And we had rabid raccoons, and people were on alert for that. They let everybody know to be careful, because there were some out there until they could find them, and eventually they did.
And another thing, wild hogs.
Now
that's on another level.
Yeah, we had that problem too. And they are wild and they will do damage to your property, but a wild hog will attack you too. Okay? So if you see wild hogs, don't think you're just going to run up to it and pet it or run it off. You better move, because they will come after you as well. So y'all, wildlife is coming closer and closer, and they're coming for a reason. Be mindful of like what you throw around on your property. They are hungry. If they smelling this food, they want to eat too.
Just try to put it in the trash can.
Yeah.
At least you can keep an eye on that trash can and that location. You don't want to just put it where they you know, where you can't see them.
Yeah.
And they just come roaming, looking, smelling.
And don't give them an easy meal. Make sure the lid on the can
Yeah.
is a good tight lid, because you don't want them to get used to coming to your place to find a meal.
Yeah.
Because if you come out one day and there they are, you could be putting yourself in harm's way. Okay, so don't give them easy meal. Don't put trash bags instead of in the can. Don't just sit it out on the back porch and say I'll get it later. No, you are inviting animals like that to your back door, depending on what foods you may have in that bag. You don't know what animals, they can smell food a long way away.
Yeah.
So you don't know what animals you're inviting to your door. So be careful, y'all. That's all we're saying. Be mindful of that. All right. So y'all, that's going to do it for this video. We're going to get back to work. It's very cloudy outside. We're cleaning out the goat barn here, and we're getting that hay put in our raised beds. We're actually covering our garlic beds with the hay. We recently planted some garlic, and we're going to share that video with you this week. But right now we're just getting ready to pull out all of this hay. I'm going to walk over and show them this rich hay.
Yeah.
Right here, because they have done a great job of fertilizing this hay for us. Oops. And so right now we're just raking it all out of here. You can see we're just piling it up and we're going to rake it all out, and then we're going to use that in our garlic beds, and we're going to be covering our garlic beds about 6-7 inches of hay. We have a total of 3 of those beds to do that way. So you all, that's going to do it for this video. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and give our video a nice big thumbs up, you all. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos that we upload to our channel. Thank y'all again for watching Homestead Heart. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you. Y'all be safe, okay? We're going to see y'all in the next video.
Peace.
Be careful.